Hi, I'm Eric Siegel with ericstrains.com, and today we're going to be looking at this O-Scale Canadian Pacific MP15DC switcher from Atlas. This O-Scale model is part of Atlas's master product line, which means it's highly detailed, built to scale, and meant to be very prototypical. Now, these come in both 2-rail and 3-rail versions. You can get them in a variety of different road names. They offer multiple road numbers, and they also offer powered and non-powered dummy units. Now, a 3-rail powered unit like this features Lionel's TMCC control system and rail sounds, and you can usually pick these up for around $400 from any good Atlas dealer. The MP15DC switcher is not a new model for Atlas, so they've had it out for several years now. This is just the most recent production run. I've actually got 3 of them in my collection. I've got the Canadian Pacific that you see here, I've got a Union Pacific, and I've got a Conrail. And one of the neat things about these Atlas engines is that if you line all 3 of my MP15DC switchers up, you'll notice subtle differences between the 3 of them. You'll see the horn will be in a different location, the antenna might be in a different location, and even the hood might be a different shape. And the reason for that is because Atlas is reflecting the real-world condition, which is that when the railroads order these from the manufacturer, they request certain customizations and modifications depending on their particular needs. And so Atlas reflects that in these models, and it's one of the many things that makes these models so cool. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at some of the wonderful details on this engine. Everything on the underside of the engine is made of die-cast metal. As you can see, these side frames on the trucks are very nicely detailed, and you've even got some additional detailing up here on the underside with some conduits and pipes and so forth. The front and back of the engine are very nicely done. You've got nice MU hose detail here, a coupler cut bar, a drawbridge that raises up and down on both the front and the back, and a nice little metal chain here between the handrails. One of the coolest things about this engine is that even though it's a 3-rail model, it has the prototypical fixed pilots as opposed to the non-prototypical moving pilots that most 3-rail O-Scale engines have. Up top, we've got lighted number boards on either side of the headlight, and then we've got etched metal screens here and here. We've got a nicely detailed bell right here, and behind that are the 2 smokestacks. Now, I should mention that there is no smoke unit in this engine because there's just no room for a smoke unit. And then back here, we've got separately applied grab irons going up the side of the hood. Back here on the cab, we've got a nice separately applied horn as well as a separately applied antenna, separately applied windscreens on either side, and then separately applied windshield wipers. On the inside of the cab, we've got 2 crew figures as well as a control panel, and when the engine is in operation, the gauges on the control panel light up. And here's a look at the back of the cab, where again we've got lighted number boards, a headlight, separately applied windshield wipers, lots of separately applied grab irons, and separately applied sand caps. Here's the underside of the engine. You've got 2 power pickup rollers on each truck. You've got traction tires here and traction tires here. There's your speaker right there. Now, one of the interesting things about these engines is that there's only 1 motor on this engine, but through a neat gearing system inside, that motor actually drives the wheels on both trucks. So even though there's 1 motor, you still get good traction because both trucks are powered. So that about wraps it up for my review of this switcher. Now let's go ahead and power it up. I'll let you hear some of the sounds, and then you can see it in action. So that about does it for this review. If you're interested in getting one of these MP15DC switchers from Atlas, contact your local Atlas dealer or go to Atlas at www.atlaso.com. I'm Eric Siegel, and I'll see you next time.